Hello, and welcome to the Critical Hole's Prostate Check, a word that in this series stands for person recapping occurrences shortly to acknowledge the events. In this series, we will be recapping the events of the episodes so that you can catch up and stay up to date without actually having to watch the episodes themselves. Enjoy. On today's checkup, we'll be recapping what has happened so far in the main campaign of the Critical Hole. So if you haven't seen episode 5 yet, spoilers are ahead. We started our D&D adventures with a one-shot, having the members of the Gamer Hole make 5th edition characters at level 3. We dubbed these 2 episodes Prologue episodes, originally set up with the idea of testing how we would all function together playing Dungeons and Dragons. You are staring up at the sky. It's a beautiful, sunny day. Narratively, the players' characters were sentenced to Jail Island, where they would be tried against trials to determine their repentance. Yet, when they were expecting to enter the final trials chamber, they instead awoken in a completely different place, inside a building, instead of the wild jungle island setting they had thought they started in. With only a smidge of exploration, they found their apparent jailer / person in charge responsible for their imprisonment, a man going by the name of John Dungeon. They killed John Dungeon, and that's where the prologue ended. A few months later, after setting up the world of Hitrai, we stepped into the main campaign. The gamers started exactly where they left off, John Dungeon's office. After a small time shift, they found themselves in a new jungle-ish setting. The memories of their past experiences still lingered, but how they ended up here was a mystery. Now amongst the ranks of this tribal hunting party, the gamers were tasked by Gaba, the shaman, to track down and kill an adolescent Tarask that was to be found somewhere east of the river in the middle of the jungle. The party gained favor of the resident hunter Big Bug, as well as a healer Kenku named Echo. Before they left, Gabo provided them with a beautiful, weighty red gem and told them it contained a single use to bring people back from the dead. With their team assembled, the party began their jungle traversal. After several random yet effective feats of athleticism, the group came upon a cave nestled north of the encampment. Inside said cave revealed to be many troubling findings. The first was an old woman who, upon being hastily approached by Grellin, revealed her true form to be a cave witch.
Are you by chance some kind of witch?
Oh, what's that, sweetie? Speak up, I can't hear you.
Are you some kind of witch?
A witch? Me? Cave Granny?
Yeah.
A witch?
If you didn't notice, I'm a fucking goblin, and I know a witch when I see one. I know it.
Dispatched with relative ease, she would not be the most of the party's trouble. Amongst her trinkets were a bag of beans that, when certain conditions were met, would spawn a random event.
I see this happening. I can run up like a goblin, snatch the beans, and eat them all. Nom, 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 nom. I want to eat all the beans.
Lucky as the gamers are, one of these beans' uses spawned a hostile treant, a powerful, sentient tree being. But what could be as bad as one treant? That's right, another. All the vines in the cave, the ones that are like cracking out of all the walls, they all start to overgrow themselves into the ground. And you can see they like, almost like snakes, they worm their way out of the cracks into the ground. They all start to congeal and build around themselves. Another treant comes out of the ground. Through a series of unfortunate events, the battle left the party split. Raximus and Chodius had been struck down and faced death.
And I'm just gonna yell, we can kite this tree for days. Let's take on the tree. And then I'm going to cast this at it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
all
going
right.
to end my turn on that. Yep.
The treant has acknowledged that you casted Eldritch Blast on it.
That's it.
He moves pretty far, man.
He's a big boy.
I measured it out to make sure it's 30.
That was 5. That was 5. That was enough. That's his turn. Oh, he's gonna throw a rock at you.
Yeah, I didn't know he had this.
So he's like, he runs and then he stops short of you and you're like, whew. And then you see his roots dig into the ground, lift up this giant hunk of rock and dirt and soil, and he just throws it at you. Pretty much drops it on your head. Does that hit?
Oh shit.
That hits. That hits.
Oh fuck.
Let me just double check.
Tree for
So immediately after going, we can kite this for days, he dies.
That auto kills.
Yeah. Proteus, are you dead?
No, I got one saving throw and 3 good ones to make.
Let's see it, boss.
I mean,
Let's see it.
Here we go, saving throw. Let's see it, baby. Woo!
Failed.
If you want, you can use your.
Dude, you failed twice. Did you crit fail one? You did.
I crit
Yeah,
failed.
but
Yes, dead.
I don't
So
know. You can use
you
your
have
reroll. Use
your
reroll.
inspiration dice to reroll.
I used my reroll to steal that painting.
He's totally right.
He used it to
He did.
steal the tapestry.
Oh, you're right. He did.
Wait, who still had their inspiration? It was you, Raximus. You still have your inspiration. Grelin had narrowly escaped, but fell to a different unseen enemy.
I just stay there.
Okay, you don't try to move away? You just let it just stay there. You know you're stuck. You feel you're stuck.
That is pivotal.
Yeah, that's very pivotal.
Aqua, does 18 meet your armor class?
Yes. I minus 16.
Okay, take 15 points of damage.
I am dead.
Standing invisible and alone, it came down to Gert to save the party.
I'm gonna stay invisible. Everyone's
ends-
dead.
yeah.
I'm invisible.
It ends
That
when you
might be
attack
time
or
to,
cast a
like,
spell.
Perk up and like save some of us, maybe. Gert.
Save someone.
You get the feeling that's what Grelin
He's
would
not- I
have
can't
had
talk.
said if he was around.
talk.
But yeah, but you're the only one here right now.
This is a
Yeah.
cave of death.
For some, I'm
Look at
just.
this.
I'd like to. Oh my god, all my friends are dead again!
Equipped with the gem, yet still unsure of the spell inside it, Gert took his time in locating the unconscious yet stabilized Grelin. Which could incur some serious consequences.
Could?
Will.
Like how much could?
Maybe a
I
light
think
in the balls.
any amount of damage will put him over the edge
Alright. I
and
step
go
on
back
his
to being
balls.
dead. Right before he was about to heal him and awaken him, however, he fell to his own folly and became paralyzed. Upon biting this specific apple, a different flavor hits your tongue
Whoa.
and your lips. Tart, bitter, rotten, fermented. Then your jaw locks up, your body freezes up, and you're paralyzed. And you can't move. You fall over, take a second, and the wind sort of, when you hit the ground right next to Grelin.
Wow, we're really fucked now. God damn.
After some time, Grelin was the first to awaken, and the responsibility of resurrection became his. An hour has passed. Grelin, you wake up.
Oh my god.
You-
I like stand up slowly, like rocking back and forth, like look at my arm, it's all bloody. I'm like, well, that looks pretty bad, but why do my balls hurt so much?
Inspecting the gem, it was uncovered that it contained a wish spell. The first wish was unacceptable.
I wish for more wishes. Look at Decky, he just puts his head down.
So did I. As much as I wanted to let Grelin successfully wish for infinite wishes, I wasn't ready to have him remove himself from the campaign yet, as someone who wishes for infinity wishes would spend the rest of their eternity making wishes, effectively imprisoning himself in his own demise. So, little narrative reflavoring, Grelin was given a chance to change his initial wish. Afterwards, the decision to resurrect Chodius and have them both fully healed was made and accepted. Raximus and Big Bug remained dead. A brief dialogue ensued, and the hat of Raximus was recovered and glued to the sleeping head of Gert with sovereign glue, a glue so strong that only a wish spell can remove it. They also glued his left hand to his stomach. Raximus was then given a glimpse into his death, and seemingly an option on what he wanted to do next, in which he found arcane purchase in the hat that was now glued to Gert. Once manifesting his focus in his hat, he was able to communicate with Gert mentally, but only Gert, which turned out to be not so great.
Can I help the kobold be unparalyzed from on top of his head as the hat?
As a hat,
Probably
what would
not.
you do?
Well, I think there's some sort of magical properties, and maybe I could like.
So that's
know.
about all you get to do is think, unfortunately, as a
uh,
hat.
Well, Gert, I'll try to think of something that could get you out of this.
Fuck, shut up! Shut up! What is that?
Eventually finding the power to summon his eldritch familiar, Raximus, still lingering in limbo, found a different tether to the material plane. The party, now partially regrouped, set sights back forward and made plans to return to the encampment and displace Gabo, either following or preceding an interrogation. They found the camp empty, barren, signs of retreat apparent, and Gabo was hidden in the form of an owl in a nearby tree, uncovered thanks to Gert's use of a spell. Battle ensued and Gabo was ultimately defeated. During the night, however, his corpse disappeared. With investigations, signs that the very earth itself opened up and swallowed him were clear. During the next day, the group further explored a note that was found hidden inside Raximus's hat earlier in the cave episodes. Raximus, now having the ability to see through the eyes of his familiar, was able to confirm that the note was written in his own handwriting. A new mystery to add to the seemingly never-ending mysteries. Against the scribblings was a clear and final sentence with a goal for the party to lock onto. Find the critical hole.